Yo, what's up, guys? TheInsaneGamefreak here to bring you Pokemon Best Wishes, episode 21. And it's fine if I talk about Pokemon Black and White here because that's what this anime is based upon, those games. I'm not going to really go into in-depth thoughts about the game right now, but for people who want to know what my team is currently is, I picked Oshawott as a starter, so I have a Duat currently. I have the pre-version of a Garvantula, which is the electric spider. I've caught Fairgios, which is the sarcophagus Pokemon. I have Excadrill, which is the Pokemon Iris has that doesn't listen to her. What else? What else? What else do I have? What else do I have? Oh, Salk, which is the blue karate outfit wearing Pokemon. And Victini. Because if you got the game, you know there's a Victini event as long as you have Wi-Fi. And I am using Victini because Victini is a beast. And just as a side note, I beat the entirety of the third gym with Victini at level 15. I was just like, this Pokemon is full of wind. Well, he wasn't at level 15 after I beat the gym, but let's just say that. And currently, I'm at the 6th gym. I just beat the 6th gym earlier tonight, so I should be done with the game by, well, at least base-wise, by tomorrow or Thursday, depending on how much I get done tomorrow night, because I gotta do some other stuff tonight, so I can't play the game. I played it like 5 hours today, so yeah. Anyways, on to episode 21 review. This is one I'm just gonna call each filler arc by wherever it's about, and this filler arc is pretty much the precious memories filler. Because the whole point, it's filler. The entire episode is filler. The only canon thing about this episode is the fact that we find that Ash has P-Dove back. He sends Juniper's actually is studying the data on the Pokemon, surprisingly. So he does now have a so he has P-Dove back, and he sent her Timaru or Seawaddle. That's what. Yeah, I need to get into the English names of things. So, anyways, the episode starts out where they're about to cross that big ass bridge that you know in the game that you're at the cross to get to Hewing City, which is what it's called in Japanese. I don't actually remember. I don't even know the city names in English. But anyways, they're running there, and Ash almost runs into this girl and lets her go in there. Then he goes in there to talk to Professor Juniper about switching the Pokemon and everything, like I just explained a second ago. And he sees the girl over there. He almost ran into the woman, I guess I should say. And they're looking at pictures on the wall, and they see pictures of the wall that there used to be like a water bus service before the bridge was built, and that was interesting. And he was like, "Did you used to live around here?" She's like, "No." And then she leaves, and then they go onto the bridge. And as they're walking on the bridge, before they walk on the bridge, they notice there's a fog rolling in, and the officer Jenny that shows up, was like, "Oh, I can get rid of the fog easily." Sends out the evolved form of Ducklet. I think it's the evolved form of Ducklet. I'm not sure. In Japanese, it's called Swana. I don't remember its English dub name because I haven't gotten all the names down yet. But she tries to have it use defog and it doesn't work, and so that's become a problem. So she's like, no one should cross the bridge. Unfortunately, Ash is very impatient, so they cross the bridge anyway. And as they're crossing the bridge, they run into a Gothalo, I guess is how you pronounce his name in English. Gothalo, which is the exclusive Pokemon to White version. That's just a guess. If I'm wrong, I apologize. It's a guess. I'm not sure. I know that's one of the exclusive Pokemon for White. I think it's in the White Forest. So I'm going to say that. If I'm wrong, I apologize. And I guess he finally uses Suja. I think what it is, the anime likes to have each Pokemon like star every once in a while. Since Sujadra hasn't gotten any screen time for a while, he sends out Sujadra or Snivy. See, this is how you watch the Japanese version first. You get really attached to the Japanese name, so it's really hard to switch into full English dub name. But he uses Snivy and he fights it. And while it's a pretty decent fight, and as they're fighting, the Leaf Storm and the Psychokinesis clash and creates this white light, and they're blinded, and they all get, and Ash and company get teleported. when they not really awaken, but when they become aware again, they notice they're in this like pretty much what it boils down to is that they're in a time before the bridge was built. So they end up riding the sea bus, and the sea bus is there. They don't make this connection, mind you, until way later. They don't make the connection between the sea bus and the. I'll explain it, but the whole main thing is this: you ride the sea bus. They get on the sea bus, realize they're in a parallel world because when they get off the sea bus, they're in the same exact place as they started. It's a loop. It's a set space, and Gothiel is probably the one who created it. Now, in this memories in the world, which is what it boils down to, because there's a Gothiel and a little girl in this world, and I think it's the same Gothiel just back when they were younger, because the little girl just happens to look like the young woman that we saw at the beginning of the episode. This is where it starts coming full circle. The bottom line is that what it really boils down to as Gothiel made this memory, made this world from memories it had back when her and the girl were together and they were doing the sea bus thing. Because when the sea bus got closed down is when things started turning into shit for the Gothiel. And what ends up happening then is that they try to cross the bridge and what it was is the girl's name is Sally, which is not going to matter. The girl chases it. I mean, Ash and them chase Gothiel after they explain that Gothiel is a wild Pokemon. Sally doesn't own it. It's just wild. It likes to help out, so it leaves of its own accord after it's finished for that day. And Ash and them follow it, and then the thing starts attacking it again. And so Sujadra, Snivy, and they start clashing and everything. And then Sally, the adult Sally, wanders into the memory. And everything is explained to us. Pretty much what happened is after the sea bus closed down, after the bridge was finished being built, they moved. Her father, who was the guy who drove the sea bus, moved with her, and Gothiel came along. Soon afterwards, they got placed in the care of her uncle at a restaurant, and then she left for boarding school to become a Pokemon doctor. Unfortunately, during this time, Gothiel couldn't stand being with just her uncle, and I guess got really lonely or something and just randomly wandered off. And as it wandered off, it came back to this bridge because the bridge is where all their memories were of like working at the sea bus. And pretty much that boils down to is that the reason and the whole thing it boils down to is that she thinks that Sally, the adult Sally, thinks she can become a Pokemon doctor. She wants to get a job. She wants to get a type of gig somewhere around the bridge because she misses her too. And it's like this little emotional thing. There's also a little thing where like when Gothiel back in the past was crying when the sea bus stopped for the last time. And young Sally's like, don't cry, don't cry. And it's the reverse this time because adult Sally's crying. And Gothiel's like, don't cry, don't cry. And it's like a little sweet moment. And pretty much what it boils down to is that if I could come back and work around here, will you come back? And she's like, yeah. For whatever reason, I don't understand why she didn't just catch Gothiel and just stay with Gothiel. I don't know why. But whatever. Anyways, so pretty much the end of the episode is they get taken out of the reverse world. And the way Sally got into the reverse world is the same way Ash and them got in the reverse world. Got into this memory world is Sally wandered in apparently. Ash and them fought Gothiel and ended up in there. I don't really understand that logic, but whatever. And the end of the episode is Gothiel disappearing, Sally going her own way, and Ash going towards Union City with Iris and Dento to battle to go fight Artie. Which, for whatever reason, the English dub of his name is so complicated. Which really scares me because I bet you when this episode comes up in America, they're not going to call the girl Sally. They're going to call her something really offhanded. Because Artie's English dub name is Berg. It's not even spelled English. Like, Artie's English dub name is more Japanese than his English name. I mean, Artie's English dub name is more Japanese than his Japanese name. His Japanese name is Artie. His English name is Burger. Burger, hamburger, 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 hamburger. This Pink Panther joke, if you get it. you win a virtual cookie. But yeah, that's pretty much the episode. And then in the preview they showed previews for the two separate Pokemon movies that are airing on the same day. One with Rashim and one with what? Oh God, Zekrom. And Victini and Ash are in both versions. And it seems like they even split up Irish and Dento. I think Dento's in the Zekrom one, and Iris is in the Resham one. I'm not 100% sure on those two things, like on the Iris and Dento situation, but I do know they are splitting up Ash. They're doing the same movie on the same day, and it comes out July 16th in Japan. I will probably review this movie. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to just watch it Japanese or watch it English dub. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm thinking in my mind I probably would watch it English dub because I've never watched a Pokemon movie in Japanese first. But I'm kind of just rambling. The next episode preview, we know Pidove is confirmed. Pidove is back in this one, but it's made more confirmed because Ash actually uses her in the episode preview. He meets Artie. We get to see Audino, which is the Chansey of this region, do some stuff. We also get to see Shuti. What's his? Oh, his name is Trip in the English dub. Yeah, we get to see him do some stuff because we haven't seen him in a while. We get to see him use his Pokemon to attack Ash with a Shadow Ball or some shit and fight an infestation of those bug. Remember that Pandora thing? The thing that looked like a cross between a centipede and a horse? Back with that whole Iris is such a child thing when they first explained Kibago's problem with Dragon Sneeze and shit. That Pokemon that showed up, that Kibago got caught in between of, its pre-evolution is causing some shit in the next episode. But I rambled on for enough. It is about 12 minutes, so life's a game, play to win. Gotta catch them all. I should be done with Black and White by the end of this week. At least main game-wise. I mean, obviously I got to train to level 100. Main game shit, I should be done. And the review should be up for the actual, well, first impression / review should be up for around this weekend. But anyways, life's a game, play to win. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.